Hello, everyone. It is me. I'm a nerd politics, also known as Colson Kaufman. And today we're again talking about the polls. I know it's been like a month since I made my last video, so I will apologize as I was busy uploading to my other channels that I also care about. Um, but we have to talk about this. It's being recorded. It's 12, nearly 1 a.m. because you know that I just record at the worst times possible. Um, but it is now Saturday, June 22nd, which is a couple hours from when you're going to actually see this video. A couple hours from now, of course, I say. And the reason I have to talk about this is obviously the first debate, June 27th, comes up pretty quickly. And a lot of the polls are changing because they think that Donald Trump is not going to focus so much on the general issues of, inflation or the immigration problem within our system, those being the main two things that I just wanted to point out. Here's what I have. Donald Trump, his safe states is Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, Nebraska's first district, as well as its second district, and its first district, third district, and the state itself. Kansas, Oklahoma, Utah, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Kentucky. These are guaranteed safe states for Donald Trump. So, that's 107 out the gate here. Now, it's easy to say that Joe Biden's easiest home winning states is California, just because it's California, right? Like, we don't have to argue this. Hawaii, I'd have to argue as well. I'd also argue New York, pretty strong. Obviously, his home state and Maryland, I'd also say, are very strong. So we're at a 107 to 99. Obviously, you need 270 to win here. RFK is leading in the popular vote by 10%, pretty much. Like, not 10% above them. He's just at 10%. But he's not anywhere on the electoral side of things. So obviously, no need worry there, I guess. But here is what I have from here. Arizona, from June 17th, June 20th. The North Star Opinion Research, American Greatness, says, as of currently, Trump is at a 48% and Biden's at a 42% approval in Arizona. Trump leads by 6 points in Arizona, being probably likely to win the state here. Next, here. I'm just going through here, general election. Okay, next is Missouri. Missouri, state that, Missouri. Oh, we have Missouri. Never mind. I'm talking about Minnesota. We'll get to that one here in a minute. Wisconsin. By Emerson College, The Hill says Trump is up by 3 points at a 51-49 here. I'd say, possible, but let's see what the debate says about that first. Pennsylvania, a 51-49 with Trump 2.5% up in Pennsylvania. Also, let's let the debate decide on this as well. Basically, all the key states here, and by key states I mean the once blue wall states, that are now really just red wall states. Georgia, North Carolina, New Mexico, Arizona, and Nevada. Those are our key states here, and he's already leading in 3 of them just by the slightest, and some in a lot more than the slightest. Nevada, it is seen with a 2% advantage, 52 48. So, yeah, 52-48. I was like, for me, I was like, that doesn't make 100, does it? But no, no, it does. I am. Again, let's let that kind of go on through the debate here. So, again, leading in a lot of states here. Um, in Minnesota, this one actually really surprised me. In Minnesota, Trump is up a percentage in Minnesota. I'd say it's a slim kind of deal here. But again, let's talk about this. Minnesota has not been a Republican state since the 70s. Not even Reagan could get attached into winning the state Minnesota. Nixon was able to do so, and that was in the 70s. We're talking nearly 50 years ago. Actually, over 50 years ago. So a little bit surprising to see that this is the result we have here, but that's going to be a close one, I think, really. In Michigan, leading by nearly 2%. I'm going to say again, let that debate settle in because things could change. And Georgia, a 5% advantage, 52. What is it? Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, wait. I just looked at two different things. Oh, oops. Okay, 37-45, so an 8-point advantage. I was looking at a different Arizona one from Emerson College, which has it at 5% different. But a 8% advantage in Georgia, so I'm going to say more likely to. Let's see here. So, the next side I'm going to go to is 270 to win. If you know what that is, then good on you. 270 is a very democratic, more leaning thing. Yeah, kind of just thing. But I will say that they are, they want to show all sides equally. So, this is just what we're seeing here. Texas, an 8.5 advantage for Donald Trump. I'd say, more likely to win in Texas. Texas really hasn't changed anything for a long time. I don't think they will for a long time. New Mexico has Trump at an advantage of 0.5%. I'm going to say it's going to come down to a fighting battle here and obviously in Minnesota, but that is also a surprise to see. Definitely a little bit shocking. Thing just crashed almost. Florida at a 7% for Donald Trump. I'm going to say it's more guaranteed that he wins. Obviously, this is a 269.99. I don't even think this election's really going to be close. This is, of course, with these two states battling. I don't think it's going to be a close one. I really don't think it is. But hey, I'm just reading out the analytics. I know nothing really about anything that happens until the first debate happens, and really until the election actually happens. The numbers here are just what they say they are. I'm going off of what those numbers say. What time is it? It is 1 a.m. I have to be up in like 5 hours to help one of my parents with or grandparents with something. Oh, why? Oh. My thing's being really slow because I'm using a hotspot right now just to use because internet's kind of slow. So Iowa, with the whole caucus thing that happened, or maybe it's not caucus. Caucus is different. But when Trump was campaigning, he obviously won Iowa in a gigantic landslide, and it shows 18% for Trump. So I think that's very obvious. I should have put that in earlier. North Carolina at a 6% for Donald Trump. I'd say more likely to win. So we're at a 291 to 99, but of course I haven't even gotten all really to Biden just yet. Virginia. This one surprised me a little bit. Virginia is at a 0.5% for Trump. Also another battling state here, but Virginia also hasn't been a Republican state for quite some time. But that puts them at 304. It's gonna be a weird election. It's gonna be a weird election, I tell you. Maine's second district is leading 1% for Trump. So again, kind of also a battle here, but most of the people live in this small area over here. So I think it's safe to say that Biden wins that state. Obviously, Trump is leading nearly 8%, 8 points, I should say. In Ohio, I'd say it's more likely that Trump wins in Ohio. In Massachusetts, Biden, we finally get the result. Biden's leading at 25%. I think most of the East here is obviously going to vote for Biden. Would be kind of sad if they didn't. In Washington, we have him at a 9%. I'd say likely to. In New Hampshire, 3%. Kind of just maybe, maybe not. You never know with New Hampshire being a swing state and all. Rhode Island we have at nearly 20% here. So I'd say guaranteed winner in my eyes for sure. And let's see here. In Colorado, my state, currently Biden is at 9%. I'd say it's likely going to be towards Joe Biden here. Not a shocker, unfortunate. So unfortunate. New Jersey, it's at a 7%. I'd also say likely to vote Democrat. I'd say DC is so guaranteed to be Democrat. Do we have to even argue this? Alaska currently showing Trump at 12%. I'd say likely to. I'm going to say likely to in this case to vote Republican. Indiana we have at 21%, pretty much guaranteed Republican state here. Let's see. Maine's first district we have at 8% for Joe Biden. So I'd say likely to. Obviously, it's tied here. It's got to be this. This is what kind of proves, that kind of like third district, I'd say. So yeah, second district. Trump at 20%. My God, I don't really think. Though it's like this, right? The thing is, most of the people live in this first district. So by that knowledge, I don't think that Trump's going to win Maine, as if he really needs to. I mean, look at the numbers. It's just what the numbers say, but look at the numbers based off it. I don't think it's that big a deal. Let's see here in Illinois, Biden leads 9%, not even double digits. So I'd say still likely to vote for Joe Biden here. What do we got here? What do we got here? In Nebraska, going back to it, in this little area, the second district, Trump leads by 0.5%. Based off what 270 has to say about it. So it's also kind of a battle, not as if it really matters. They're predominantly Republican, and that's just how it's going to be. And West Virginia we have at 36% for Trump, not a shocker. If Virginia votes Republican, it'll be it'll be one of the first times in a long time where Virginia and West Virginia got along with something. And it doesn't say for the rest of the states, but I will go and say that Oregon is more likely to vote for Joe Biden. I will say that Vermont's guaranteed to vote for Joe Biden, and I almost guarantee Connecticut the same thing. So here is where we're at. We're looking at a 195 for Joe Biden and a absolute blowout win, pretty much by just what the numbers say. Obviously, this state being a battle, this state being a battle, and this state being a battle, and maybe Maine. We'll think about that. Um, and obviously, the contending states right here. But even this, right? Say Joe Biden wins Nevada. He wins New Mexico. He wins all of these states. He would have to. He would have to win Virginia in order to win by not very many points. But the numbers just say that it's really just dependent on this debate. That's, just how it's seen. So obviously we have to go off of those numbers, right? So let it be clear, these are just what the numbers say. That's really all I have to say about it. Oh, I changed the wrong states. Oops. Oopsie daisy me, silly me. But it's just the numbers we have to go off of. Just how I have to go off of it, just how I see it. But if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. I'm going to probably talk about this debate coming up when it happens, the results of how I think everything went over. And if you want to see that, of course, you're going to have to stay tuned and keep watching. But that is all from me. Subscribe, leave your comments. I do respond to comments, probably the worst idea any YouTuber ever has done. But if you do want to leave your side and opinion, go ahead and do so in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear. And until then, I will see you all in the next political video. Peace out, y'all.